I use a hook that's off of like a tow rope and a tow strap. And then I put a little length of chain. That's actually have to be off a tire chain. And look what I do with it. That's what I do with it. I use it for pulling my big, long, heavy stakes out. You will get every stake back with that. Companies end them about right here. I guess so you can just grab a hold of the zipper. Well, that does nothing for me when it comes to heat. I need to get that heat out of that tent. And the way I can get all of it out of here is this zipper goes all the way up to here. That's very important to me. Safety, that's a big one. Set up in the open behind a windbreak. Don't get up against those big widowmaker trees. Every year it seems like somebody's going to end up being a statistic. You don't want to be that guy. Don't let this happen to you, as the saying goes. And so, you can get up against smaller trees that are sturdy and all that, but these great big trees, you're asking for it. At the least of things, you have a big limb break off one and go through your tent. You don't need that either. The stronger the wind, the more tricky it can be, the more dangerous it can be. You have canvas and you have metal. You get that thing flopping and going over, you can hurt somebody pretty quick, not to mention tear up your gear before your hunt even begins. You don't need that either. You come there for a good hunt, make certain it happens. Anyway, so we do put a ring up here, a pulling point here, and you can run a rope across it and suck it around the front of the tent and also around the back of the tent. And that holds that in place that way too and helps calm that down because again, you have a little lip out front. You want to try to wrap that around, get rid of that flapping so you can sleep at night. So this wind that comes across can overpower the smoke coming out. The smoke is going to go to a path of least resistance even if it's down. Or if it backs up, the smoke in here is going to come out the breather on the front of your stove. I don't care if it's sealed or not. It's going to come out the little damper on the front. And now you're in there choking. Now you guys know the components of what I'm going to tell you right now. Many of you have not connected the dots. And this is what I'm going to do for you right now. We're going to connect the dots. Let me explain it like this. Oversaturation, accelerated evaporation, it equals condensation and refrigeration. If you can remember that, that'll help you with tweaking your camp. You get a good elk camp, but you tweak it according to condition. They are truly worth every penny. I'm not talking about a floor like a canvas floor. Those are worthless. We're talking about, like our floors, this is heavy duty. We're talking about 18-ounce vinyl-coated polyester. It's tough as nails. And it is a vapor barrier type floor. And I've already said this, these custom snow slides, they are absolutely superior to any kind of a tarp you could buy from the hardware stores or wherever. These custom snow slides, they're a rain fly, they're a heat shield, they're absolutely wonderful. They're not cheap, but they're worth every penny. You can pull these babies tight, they will take the snow loads, they will take the wind. The reason I do this is because if I put a big old hurricane log right down on these coals and damper it down, I'm going to be up building a fire in a just very short period of time. I'm going to be up again. When I'm sleeping good, I'm starting to start shivering. I'm going, what in the world? Still got a whole rack of wood in there, but it's out. Between a floor and a bottom and the fly on top, pull down tight, you're going to pick up, listen to this number, an additional 17 to 20 extra degrees you never had before. That's a fact. Here's some things that I bring in my MacGyver kit. I bring heavy fence wire. I don't want little bitty, dinky little wire. I want some strong wire. Maybe I've had a muffler come loose in my truck. Well, in fact, I have. My pipes and stuff. Okay, you want a good heavy wire. Things happen. Big heavy duty elbows. These are strong. They're welded. They're a smokeless elbow. I came up with these because of that. That's why. And because these things leak creosote out and make my throat raw by morning. Don't give up hope. Now look at this camp. You have a hole in the roof here, that's fixable. Look at this water. We could all climb in that big hot tub. That's a lot of water. These tent frames are all bent to bits. Do not give up. This camp is very, very fixable. Very fixable. Watch this. Worn or poor quality equipment and being unprepared, it can cost you dearly. It can cost you the whole hunt. Don't let this happen to you, as the saying goes.